So Andrea Tantaros suing Fox News already turned down a 7-figure amount because they wanted her to claim that Ailes didn't do anything wrong. She's like, I'm not going to say that because he did. Roger Ailes, the former head of Fox News, apparently sexually harassed her as he did with many others. The lawsuit is very powerful, talks about how Fox News was run like a Playboy Mansion-like cult, and that was obsessed with sex and sexually harassing the women that worked there. And it wasn't just Ailes, it was O'Reilly. And apparently it wasn't just the people who worked there, sometimes it was the guests. So Scott Brown is a former senator from Massachusetts. He would come on the air quite often on Fox News. And the lawsuit says Brown made a number of sexually inappropriate comments to Tantaros on set, including in a suggestive manner that Tantaros would be, quote, fun to go to a nightclub with. Okay. Seems a little inappropriate to say the least. And not getting the fact that those advances were not welcome, apparently Brown continued in another incident. After the show was over, Brown snuck up behind Tantaros while she was purchasing lunch and put his hands on her lower waist. She immediately pulled back, telling Brown to stop. Tantaros then goes to Fox News executives and say, can we stop having Scott Brown on the show? He's making me uncomfortable. He's literally touching me. All these sexually suggestive things. I'm not comfortable with it. They go, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no. And they had him back on the show. Didn't care what Tantaros thought at all. So they're like, what am I going to care that you think you're being sexually harassed by this former senator? You're also being sexually harassed by our boss, who sexually harasses almost every woman in the building, according to all these allegations. Of course we don't care. No, know your role, Tantaros. You're supposed to go out and speak against other women on the air, but meanwhile, when you come back here, we're all just trying to grab you and figure out how we can sleep with you. Of course we're going to have Scott Brown back on. Now, Brown says, oh, this is outrageous. Today in a statement he said, these are completely and totally false. Firstly, I don't go to clubs. Secondly, I had little, if any, contact with Ms. Tantaros and always treated her and every employee at Fox with professionalism. I was unaware of this matter. Thank you for bringing it up to me. Okay. Look, they'll go to court. They'll figure out who's right. So I'm not saying everything that Tantaros says is 100% correct. That's what they have courts for. Well, she's going there right now. And so they will air out all of the dirty laundry against Ailes, O'Reilly, Scott Brown, and determine who's right and who's wrong. If I'm on the Fox News side of this, I don't think you want the truth coming out. My guess is they are going to, at some point, settle with Tantaros before she spills the beans on even more stuff that happened behind the scenes. We'll see. Support independent media by becoming a member of the Young Turks at tytnetwork.com/join.